Hi. Yes, it's Susan here at my revival. And this video is dedicated to Hayden. And if you want to know why, go back and look at my last video in the pinned comment. Because I gotta tell you, getting positive feedback like that I might encourage people, encourages me. So, yay, yay. Win-win. Made me think, I gotta get out there. There was no way I was doing it last Monday. And I thought, okay, it's Monday. I am going to get up and tell Hayden thank you very much for the comment. It just made me feel great. And I was thinking, what can this video be about? The dog decided to stop my walk. There she is, and she's turned, oops. Come on, Bissy. Come on. You haven't seen Biscuit, have you? There she's gone. There we go. On the fly. She was holding me back. So I wasn't quite sure, I was all over the place about what to do this video about. But I think by mentioning some things, it might help me affirm my commitment to myself with some changes I'm going to be making. Not necessarily to the channel, but for me, my knee injury, which still, I'm walking better. I thank you, Jesus, because everything better. Oh, if I can get these flowers, these pretty flowers are purple. Let me see if I can get them in there for you. Right there. Purple behind the mailbox. Pretty. Sorry, this could be all over the place. Biscuit, you've gone around the mailbox. Here we go, come on. She hasn't been out really this far in weeks. I wanted to give that knee a rest. I wanted to, even now I'm limping less, I can tell, but even by the time I get home, it might be back a little bit, and I have to cook too. So I'm working it, but it's feeling okay. So, changes. I'm thankful for a lesson I learned from my behavior specialist at my weight loss clinic. She happened to have something go terribly wrong medically, that they tried to prepare that this would not happen, and a dentist made a mistake, or an assistant anyway, and gave her the wrong injection, and she ended up with an autoimmune problem in her eyes. And I thought, wow, I complain about more than that. She was trying to prevent the problem with ingredients in a shot or something that she knew she was allergic to. They gave her the wrong one anyway. And she wasn't mad. I'd have been furious. I'd have been so mad. And she ended up with a problem. That is a problem. And I thought, how do you not get mad at that? Well, right away, you have to know her. She's a very special person. Really a very special person. I've never met a more positive person. Because she honestly looked at me, in all honesty, and said, oh no, she said, I'm really glad that happened. I wouldn't have been. So I said, how? And she said, because she figured out she had this problem. She looked at it that way, and I don't remember all the details, but so I got this knee problem. just as I was happy that I was able to sort of maintain. I'd been shooting up in weight, but I was able to sort of maintain for several months. So I was really happy that the getting out and walking, going up an incline, the weight, I can hear me huffing. That's okay. I gotta move, right? So for about 3 months I didn't gain, and after a year of gain, that was nice. But it might have been a little self-deceptive. And let me tell you where I'm going with that. It might have been, well, as long as I'm sort of careful about the ingredients, I'm okay what I'm eating because I'm not gaining. I could pay less attention, I told myself, to macronutrients, sizes of portions, etc. Oh, it looks like someone put up some Christmas decorations. If you watch this later, COVID-19 is going on, and people are home and looking for creative ways to be inspired. They have some Christmas wreaths. I think that's what they are. Maybe they're spring wreaths on these windows. Yep, and there's a car coming, so I'm gonna rain biscuit in over here. Pause for a second. Let a truck go by. They have, I've said, some steep inclines here, so. Oh, he might be backing up, so let me get out of his way. It can take a while on the inclines for people to get up and go down. There we go. Yeah, he was trying to back into his driveway, I think. Okay. That was sort of a, and now a break for our, not our sponsor moment, but don't have a sponsor. So, I'm going to call it self-deception, not beat up kind, not negative, but awareness. I'm getting to the positive thing here, and that is the knee got injured and it was bad enough. I was using crutches down the hall. And then a week or two ago, I just didn't walk for about 4 days because I needed that to continue healing. I want my knee back, or at least what I can get, right? So, poor food choices. Some of them. Also not many that were bad. And then I began to think about it. The last one I put up was I need to move more. Well, I didn't. But it occurred to me to think, are we sometimes thankful for the stuff that seems like the bad stuff? So I began to think about it, and I thought, what if I decide to be thankful for the knee? Because it's forcing me to regroup. I have a whole plan I don't think I've covered on here. I've talked about before, a while ago, of how I'm going to eat, what I'm going to eat. And I thought, I haven't really been doing the plan. Macronutrients, yeah, calories, but sleep, water, exercise. I came out of that class with a whole plan, and I implemented it for a while. But I was thankful for the knee injury recently because my weight maintenance is all inclusive. Exercise is the number one predictor of keeping off weight you've lost, but I haven't been doing a ton of it since the weight loss for a lot of reasons. But what if I decide to say, okay, I'm thankful I was laid up with this knee and kind of not thankful I'm getting fatter. Thankful I have to do a bit of a revamp. Just maintaining before the knee injury wasn't good enough for what I want to achieve anyway. It was good. This isn't a beat up. It was just wasn't everything I needed to achieve my goal, which was to go back down. So I'm still putting it off a little. But the way I cook can be different than some other people. I've had several friends who've been on Messenger with me while cooking, and they've said, "You don't cook how I cook. You might want to do videos on that." And I don't know if I will. I don't know if I know how to film well enough for that. So I have to improve the filming. You might have to be guinea pigs on my editing. And then how I portion it, what I put in it, how I list it on my chart for my food, for my protein, for my vegetables, why I do this, why I do that. I've been completely ignoring some of it, at least the carbs and fats. I'm pretty good with, that has several cups of vegetables in it, but when you're doing guesswork, it doesn't really matter if you're kind of close, if you're far off in reality, right? You ended up having several more servings of carbs because you hadn't written down what you had, or you hadn't menu planned for it. Up till, recently, for the last many months, my meal prep has not involved all of my measuring. So starting yesterday, I measured every cup of every vegetable. And so I'm thankful for the knee situation to show me, sort of God saying, "Susan, I need your attention. If you don't have your leg or your knee or your ankle or your back, or you could gain weight. Or just maintain, but you didn't want to maintain. You had gained weight back after your weight loss. And you have a plan to have that go down." So I'm looking more lifestyle than diet. Lifestyle diet than like a beginning, middle, end kind of diet. But I wasn't being very careful on some other aspects of my behavior and choices when I was getting the walks in, thinking, I'm maintaining. Maintaining's good. Yay. But I've probably gone up since, and I didn't weigh because I don't want to know. And that's not great, but I don't want to know that one. I will weigh. It's important to know the truth. But I knew. Not happy. That's only been a couple of weeks on that one. But I knew it was enough. So I'm thankful for the knee problem, if it in fact does what I want it to do, which is not just talk about doing this, but making the food and sitting down and menu planning with it the way I know will work for me. And if you want me to bring you along on that, I can figure some things out. I want to anyway. And another thing is, I'm hearing a car, but I'm not sure if it's this street. Another thing is, I might be covering why I'm mostly giving up dairy. And it's a bit of a struggle. I might do a whole video on the dairy. I think I'll be able to keep Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. And there are non-dairy cheese substitutes that I already am aware of that I like enough in eggs and things. But the dairy battle has been one of my areas I really suffered coming back off of my diet. You get back into normal food again. I was 2 years on my meal replacement packets, and you get back on normal food again slowly. I don't remember, I think I did a video on it. You start, I think, with something with egg whites and zucchini and you know, but then you slowly are supposed to add in dairy. And I went a little faster thinking you were supposed to do it every day, not like one thing a week. And my body, except the Greek yogurt, which, who likes plain Greek yogurt? Maybe you do. God bless you, because I wish I did. Because having that with fruit or something could be a good snack, but I'll have to work on the... See, that's part of the adjusting. You have to really work on, if you were planning to use low-fat cottage cheese as a snack, maybe with some fruit, or maybe a piece of cheese once in a while, or I can't think right now, but anyway, and your body just says, don't do it. By the way, it could be that if you're allergic to a food, could be another reason you gain weight, because your body adjusting to try to fight off the fact that it hates that food. So, I've been eating dairy like crazy. It's not the only problem as the reason why I gain weight, but it wasn't helping, because I've noticed lately I'm cutting it out and I'm cutting it out. It's just, if you haven't eaten food for 2 years and you're looking forward to things like butter on toast or on pancakes or on a potato, not a ton, or just looking forward to eating food you know, that you recognize, and you're eating plain potatoes, no cheese, no butter, you're eating plain toast, and who eats plain pancakes? Maybe people do. Well, I was doing that for months and months, and I hated it. Because I also couldn't use any of the sprays, any of the margarines, because they taste like chemicals. So that struggle, again, was when I sort of had this suffering, complaining thing about, more than thankful, like with the knee, that I'm going to be going in a healthier direction for me. Just adjusting back to food was going to be difficult. Figuring this out was, I would actually cry. Not just over butter, but the adjustment, the resorting of plans of what I had planned on menu planning was not going to work, and how do you replace it, and where do you find the proteins and not have... I just, when I say that was a struggle, you're sort of suffering. My emotions were all over the place. And considering that I might be one of the more emotional eaters I've ever met, even though many are, stress eat, comfort eat, there you go too. I had to turn and find a different source of a sort of a Linus blanket or a teddy bear. I can't do the food for comfort, because it doesn't comfort if it costs with my health, right? With my self-esteem and confidence. And yeah, so kind of rambly video, this one. I wasn't sure completely the direction, except to thank Hayden for the fun compliment and comment. And I just kind of, these are things I've been thinking of, I'm hoping to talk to you about. And I always intended to maybe show you my DNA test of what I'm prone to and how that all affected, again, me re-entering the real food world regarding things I have genetically that make it really hard. So, or they did. I'm learning. They say if you're going to regain your weight, you're most likely to in the first year. Now, you know, fractionally speaking, if you'd lost like 100 pounds with my weight, this would have been like you've regained about 35 pounds. I lost 385 pounds and I've gained back over 100. It's still too much, but I'm thankful I didn't gain more than that. But I didn't work all of this off and have surgery and recover from that to eat my way back up again. It turns out your body is fighting to get back to the top weight you had. So there's some trees behind me. Yay, spring, green. And I need to make sure my body gets used to know that top weight is not my normal. Biscuit has done some business. I must stop the video and pick it up. I hope you're moving for whatever is safe for you to move. And leave a comment below and let me know what you think about the ideas I've shared about. Maybe me talking about the non-dairy and or the menu planning, meal prepping, any of these ideas. Let me know what you think and have a good week.